Hey everyone, thanks for tuning in, thanks for downloading, and welcome back to another stellar episode of Cosmic Crit. My name is Patrick, and I am your Game Master of Spellcasters and Natural Disasters, and I am here this week to introduce to you episode 37 of the podcast. 37! We are getting ready to literally close the book on chapter 3 of the Dead Sun's Adventure Path, and get to our halfway point in what we are already calling Season 1 of Cosmic Crit. I'm so excited about what we get to play in the future and all the exciting stuff that we have in store for our amazing fan base, you all, the Crittermanders. Honestly, we would probably have stopped making this podcast if it weren't for all of you out there listening right now. Every time you rate us on iTunes or buy a shirt from our store or hang out with us in our fan Discord, it adds an extra episode to our show's lifespan. So keep it up and we will never be able to stop making Cosmic Crit. So quick reminder, it is the month of May 2018 and we are in the middle of our Mayhem Challenge. This month we challenged our fans to create guns, swords, and other weapons and to let your imagination run wild. You can submit your creations to our email at cosmiccrit@gmail.com or join our fan Discord channel and post them up there. We're going to pick our favorites and they might show up in the podcast, in the show at some point, and our favorite winners will earn themselves a free Paizo Starfinder PDF. So check the link in the episode description if you want to know more. This episode is a lot of fun, so I don't want to spend time here. Let's just get right into it. As a reminder, we are also in our anime title month, so join me, won't you, as we play episode 37, entitled Rami, One Half.
Last time on Cosmic Crit.
After rescuing Greetal, our suspicions are confirmed that Harveen Rapinder is up to no good.
We found a scrap of Harveen's journal indicating she went through Skullcap Gorge to talk to the Marrowblight.
'Twas the Marrowblight stole the bucket of meat goo.
A being known as the Forgotten appears before Rami and the group, revealing that Rami's family has been controlled by a woman named Zira Vesh since before he was born.
I wonder why they call it Skullcap Gorge.
In search of the Marrowblight, we found her pet, a radioactive Elikoth.
Elikoth radiation is the number 2 ingredient in Adross's favorite snack.
There are Geiger counters built into these suits, right?
This Elikoth is no joke.
Far less scary than her pet, we cornered the Marrowblight in the skin shack and took her down.
Wait, that's the Marrowblight?
Rami and Adross gain a +10 bonus to friendship.
Episode commencing in 3, 2, 1. Episode initiated.
Grab your shotgun and baseball bats wrapped in barbed wire, because in this episode of Cosmic Crit, the walking undead armies come out to play. Greetings, Crittermanders. This is Patrick, your GM, your governor-mayor here on the show, and we are kicking zombies out of Georgia tonight on a very ghoulish episode of Cosmic Crit. Joining me on this post-apocalyptic journey to find out that humans were the bad guys all along are my 5 friends and your players. To my left, former sheriff and leader obsessed with pronouncing his son's name oddly, it's Drew playing Max Izrak.
Coral!
To his left, former pizza delivery boy turned bad mother pronker, it's Jabert playing Andus 147.
Hello.
Across the digital table from me, the guy from Boondock Saints, who if he dies, we riot, it's Miles playing Rami.
Yep.
And to his left, a katana-wielding rebel that likes to poke out eyes and cut off body parts, Rebecca playing Alindra Vallis.
Hello.
And finally, to my right, the coolest character in the comics, given an inglorious death in the TV show, it's Tyler playing Adros Veronis.
I say everything over dramatic. I'm happy to be here.
We're happy to have you. Hey, guys.
Can you put a bad Southern accent on top of that so that it sounds just like The Walking Dead?
From Georgia. We're all from Georgia, not the United Kingdom.
Yeah.
This is my Georgia accent. Welcome, everybody, to the show. How are you all feeling?
Pretty great.
Nope. Can't hear you. I said, how are you doing tonight?
We're so good.
Yeah.
He just pulled like the MC at the that they bring to the student,
it's an audio podcast, but I did put my hand to my ear for some reason. Like, I can't hear you. Talking about Cosmic Crit tonight.
And he cut it out, but he also like turned his chair around so he could talk to us like cool kids.
Let's wrap.
I can't hear you.
So we are back for another week, and we've already started our May fan challenge, the Mayhem fan submission challenge. Link in the description of this episode. But we have some bookkeeping for the April challenge still to get through, the Eoxian reality TV special. And we need to announce some winners. Is that right, Tyler?
We do. And I've got some great news. So our winners for the fan challenge, our Eoxian TV challenge, we have Willet Graft, Pronk Jass, and Bones the Body Hunter. So congratulations to the creators of those 3 awesome Eoxian TV programs. They're all going to receive the prize. And
I loved all the submissions, but man, there were some that were really disturbing in this challenge. You guys, did you guys read all of them?
Oh yeah, I mean, it
like,
made sense because it's Eoxian TV, so I expected that.
But I gotta say, we were split on a lot of our votes. We had a couple of favorites. These 3 definitely got the most points among the 6 of us. But I love Pronk Jazz so much with Johnny Eoxville as the host.
Johnny Eoxville is very good.
And
Willet Graft, a ton of fun. And oh gosh, the third Bones the Body Hunter.
The Body Hunter was so great.
Yeah, I think that Jabert and I really enjoyed that one. But all 3 were amazing.
Do we have the submitters? Let's give them a shout out.
Yeah, really quick. I want to give a shout out to the people who actually submitted, so everybody can know their glorious name. Willet Graft was submitted by Lucas.
Our good friend Lucas.
Oh, Lucas, hey!
Yeah. Bones the Body Hunter, submitted by Jeremy. And last but not least, Pronk Jass, submitted by Craig. Thank you, guys. They were all bellyfuls of laughs and disgusting.
Right. So thank you to all of our winners. Let's get on with this episode, right? You guys want to play some Starfinder?
Oh, sure.
Sure.
Yeah.
What happened last time on the show?
So we defeated the Marrowblight.
Yep. And ventured into her skin shack. You slayed this massive Elikoth pet. And then, took out Zarantha Mortrant. Found some evidence on her datapad that she was indeed working with the Corpse Fleet and being commanded by Captain Zira Vesh. And I think we ended that episode. You guys had just got done with that fight, and I imagine you're still a little banged up. Do you guys, anybody need to take a 10-minute rest?
I would like to.
Yeah, this is
I'll take one as well, actually.
the Elikoth is the first enemy we have faced that has had radiation damage, right?
Yeah, I think it's the first instance of that. I think if you are like walking around in space, you can get like background radiation if a GM really wanted to throw some environmental concerns your way. But if you have armor on, it soaks up low levels of radiation, so it's not really a problem. Andis, you're still feeling a lightheaded. It burns down in your circuits because you did take some radiation poison from the Elikoth.
Yeah.
And so you still got a -2 on fortitude and like constitution checks. But that's about it, I think, at that first stage of poisoning. So you'll have to go in for like decontamination protocols and get like a night stay to get the poison out of your system. But besides that,
so that's sort of like a long-term care sort of situation.
It's a long-term care, yeah, and I want to say it's a DC 30. And you have to be in your ship's medical bay or like a hospital or some kind of clinic in order to get that care.
So if I get back to town, I could probably find some place.
Oh, yeah. Well, speaking of which, do you guys want to head on back to the city now? Maybe report what you found to Juanita Trucks?
Okay. Yeah. I mean, I'm fine going back.
All right. So you guys head on out from the skin shack through this gross, twisted, quote unquote garden that she seemed to be reaping here. And as you're walking back, something begins to weigh on Rami, though. Your footsteps get heavy and you're just overcome with memories. So you guys are trekking towards Skullcap Gorge again. And Rami, you find yourself hanging back, your mind reeling over previous day, the revelations that the Forgotten One gave to you. And Rami, one particular memory begins playing in your head. It's one that has given you a lot of restless nights, some bad dreams, and maybe it's one of the reasons why Rami finds himself drinking at the bar instead of sleeping most nights, trying to run away from this memory. We open in on roiling purple and green gas clouds in the drift and see a ship traveling through the aether, a small QD transport, Mantis class. It's named emblazoned along its side. It reads Redbird. And looking inside, we see two figures, a half-elf young woman and a human man. He goes by Rami and she, Leanna. And they are celebrating.
And then Edgar says, well, see, I didn't know I couldn't do that.
How you and a giant lizard the size of Absalom itself pulled off something that requires an exceptional amount of stealth, grace, and other things neither of you possess is beyond me.
Hey, I'm plenty graceful.
The young technomancer leans over and plants a kiss on Leanna. She shoves him back playfully in response and says,
well, you certainly think you're graceful.
Rami throws a lopsided grin in her direction, brushes a piece of hair behind her pointed ears, and says,
now, what have we here?
There's a dramatic, magical gesture of his hands, and a soft glow of green light shimmers as a very shiny object materializes in his hands above her head. Leanna's eyes widen, and a short gasp escapes her mouth at the object presented before her. It's a highly valuable tiara of translocation. She says,
Rami, it's beautiful.
It's for when you're in those hard-to-reach places and the odds are stacked against you.
This can't be the real thing, can it? I mean, this costs a fortune.
Well, it costs someone a fortune.
She raises her eyebrows and tilts her head in mock offense.
I'm being gifted stolen goods? And here I thought you were a more noble outlaw, a hero of the people and all that idealistic rigmarole.
Stolen? No. Liberated. This fine addition to your already gorgeous visage comes to you from the personal collection of one very, very naughty man on Akaton. And, well, he won't be using it anytime soon. Besides, Edris thought you'd like it.
That lizard has always had good tastes, save for his choice in partners.
She gives you a playful shove. The two of you tussle for a minute. There's the sounds of stolen kisses, laughter ringing throughout the entirety of the ship. She tries the tiara on and says,
it really is beautiful. Thank you.
Always.
There's like a jerking motion in her shoulder, and her neck kind of tweaks uncomfortably. She continues on and says,
speaking of heroic outlawing, I think it's about time you told me how you ended up in this life.
Come on, Lana. We've discussed this.
Oh no, no, Leanna, come on this time. We've shared this ship for years since we first partnered up, and well, we've shared quarters for a couple of those years. You can keep secrets from everyone else, but it's long past time you've opened up and shared them.
Rami pauses for a moment, perhaps contemplating how to begin to answer, and says,
all right, you're right. I do owe you that much. I was born on Verces to a wealthy family. Wealthy's putting it lightly. My family were essentially royalty. Two of the most powerful companies merged with the marriage of my parents, and everyone in the verse knows it. Quindar.
You don't mean that you're...
Yeah, Rami Quindar. I uncovered something. A colony. My family's company funded the establishment of a colony under the guise of seemingly unlivable positions, and taking that and turning it into a thriving community for agricultural use, they said, that we could use even in the barren regions of our tightly locked planet. It was top secret. Workers moved with their families, created this entire small town, and that's where the real purpose of the town came into action. Quindar was secretly funding the development of illegal biological weapons, and there was an accident. The specifics are hazy even from what I uncovered, but from what I did find, that Quindar Industries had every member of that colony executed. The colony itself was burned to the ground. Thousands of men, women, and children senselessly murdered.
She shakes her head and in disbelief says, "By the gods."
So I tried to expose them. I just couldn't allow just callous genocide to go by unpunished. First through legal channels by leaking the information to reporters and members of the press, but this went deeper than even I knew. The articles got censored and reporters would go missing, so
You exposed them yourself.
I mean, it was a sloppy job, but I was still just a teenager. They knew within a matter of hours who leaked the information, but that was enough of a head start for me. So I scrubbed my last name and any sort of identification that I had. I kept my first name because, well, Rami is a really common name in Verces, and I happen to like it. So I stole a ship and left the planet for good. I'd seen on some news feeds that I'd been formally expelled and there were bounty hunters here and there, but I mean, they didn't really stand a chance. And some of the Verces elite were made sacrificial lambs, so the Quindars were untouched. So I just vowed to never let anything like that happen again if I could help it. And that's kind of why I do what I do.
Leanna's posture stiffens. Her gaze goes vacant for a moment. There's some more twitching in her neck. Rami, still staring out the ship's window, deep in thought, doesn't seem to notice. He stands and turns his back to his lover.
Anyway, now you know. But let's lighten the mood back up with some whiskey. I mean, we're celebrating, and I nabbed a pretty solid bottle back on Akaton.
Rami begins to walk towards the door when he feels a sharp pain in his right shoulder. His hand reflexively reaches back and finds a small throwing dagger embedded in it. Quickly pulling the blade out, he spins around to see Liana charging him.
Liana?
His words are cut short by a swift jab to his face, sending him tumbling backwards into the bulkhead wall. Liana's face is devoid of all emotion, as is her voice, when she says, "Rami Quindar, you're coming with me. Alive is preferred, but there's no specification on how alive you need to be." Rami struggles to balance himself, but Liana is upon him with a flurry of punches. They're both on the floor, Liana on top of him, her knees pressed into his chest, and she lands punch after brutal punch directly into his face. Her fists full of rage, power he's never seen in her frame before.
Liana, please.
You are a sorry excuse for a breather. What a sincere waste of skin you've been. The vision around the edges of Rami's sight begins to blur and darken. He's desperate when he says,
Wick, command order.exe66.
Command order.exe66 initiated.
A low hum begins to rise from Rami's armor, and it flashes a brilliant blue color. The electric current failsafe he set up years ago, burnt out, is only good for one use, and Liana screams as she's stunned into place, blinded momentarily. Rami quickly pulls the tiara from atop her head and shoves its sharp edge directly into her eye. She collapses to the floor beside Rami, both of them in great amount of pain. She's howling, and summoning the last of his strength, he hurls a magic missile directly at her. Not enough to kill her, but enough to render the half-elf unconscious. Quickly, he pulls the body down the hallway, throws it into an escape pod. He input the commands to seal and launch the pod and limps to the pilot's chair as quickly as he can.
Wick, plot a course to Absalom Station. It's closest. We're gonna need to get rid of this ship as soon as possible. There's an android mechanic there that owes me a favor.
Rami does not attempt to look for Liana's pod as the red bird makes its way into drift space, leaving her floating there in the dark depths of the vast, the last shred of his innocence somewhere in that pod with her. The Technomancer finds himself back on Eox, shaking himself out of these visions when he hears Edros talking up ahead. And he moves forward, legs moving under him again, thankful from the reprieve that these memories brought to him. Rami is able to catch back up with the group.
So then I said, I didn't know I could even do that. The stuff Rami and I pulled off. Anyway, I was reminiscing because of a conversation we had last.
Good job on Akaton?
Yes. I sometimes still can't believe we even made it out of that in one piece.
I can't believe we made it out of half the things we pulled in one piece.
If there wasn't any danger, it wouldn't be worth doing.
Right, so as you all are traveling back to Orpheus, you re-enter Skullcap Gorge.
It first looked like just a narrow cut in the rocky plateau, but when you entered it the day before, you saw millions of bones of all manners of creatures making up the cavern walls. As you make the turn to begin the ascent out of the valley, you see a solitary figure on the massive stone steps leading past the huge pool of acid. It's an Elebrian woman in dark armor. She holds a small datapad in one hand, a very large Sheeran eye rifle in the other. Across her eyes, you see a visor of holographic green runes scrolling past her vision in a continuous loop. It is indeed Ziravesh.
Is she?
What? She is just, standing on the stairs going up, and she kind of puts up her hand and says, "Greetings, Starfinders. It is so nice to see you all again. Let me introduce myself, though I am sure you will have guessed the name already. I am Ziravesh, captain of the Corpse Fleet. I thank you for stopping where you are. If you want your friend Rami to continue to draw breath, you will move no further."
I assume everyone keeps moving.
Yeah, Andis steps in front of the group and says, "You won't touch Rami."
Yeah, you say that, and she says, "Rami Quinn Dar. So we finally meet again in person. It has been many years. You see, I was there at your birth. I was quite good friends with your mother. When she spawned you, the doctors, they couldn't understand why your heart wasn't beating regularly. They gave you only a few days to live. I stepped in and told your parents that I knew a doctor that could weave necromancy and save your life. So, while you were in surgery, I had my doctor slip something into your heart. A small device, no larger than a pebble, but lethal when I trigger it with this datapad." She waves it around. It looks pretty advanced, pretty high military tech. And she continues on and says, "So what I would like for you all to do now is throw your weapons on the ground, or your friend Rami will be dead before he hits the dirt."
Alindra shrugs, her weapons in her moat.
Oh yeah, I was about to say, no, throw your moat in the ground.
Patrick, can I tell what level computer that is?
So you've moved forward a bit.
Yeah, I'm about 20 feet away, which is within my remote hack ability.
Right, so make a computer's check just to, sight unseen. See if you can tell.
Sure. So that's going to be a 27?
Very interesting. Yeah, so just looking at it, you are pretty sure this is probably the same military tech that was used in the Star Eater's spine to hack the data core. It's at least a tier 3 computer.
I have to look up what the DC for that is.
27.
27.
Oh, no.
All right. I got a 50-50 chance here, y'all.
Can I help him?
Unfortunately, no. He is wirelessly hacking, but I do need to know before this goes off if you are indeed, everyone, throwing your weapons at the dirt in front of you. Andis 147, are you doing that?
I will.
Adros?
You see Adros take out a curved blade, and then a flame doshko, a machine gun, and then a frostbite class 0 rifle, and he just drops them all on the ground.
Nak takes his knife off his belt and drops it on the ground.
I'll throw all my guns down.
Okay, so she continues on and says, waving the data pad, "This little bit of leverage has been worth millions of credits. I have held this over your parents' heads for your entire life. The death of their only son, scion of 2 of the most powerful families on Verces, they paid through the nose. They supplied the Corpse Fleet with funds and ship components to keep us flying, as well as a batch of fresh recruits. Have you figured it out yet, Rami?"
Recruits?
"Yes, that business on the off-world colony. That was a Corpse Fleet body farm. The biotech weapon we used to kill the colonists started up the necroization process. And the best part is when you exposed it to your family, they had no recourse but to bury the evidence and try and silence you for your own good. Come up here." She waves you forward.
Rami, do you move up the stairs towards her?
Guess I don't know if I have a choice.
Yeah, I was about to say, you could try and roll a sense motive to figure out, I mean, this could be a bluff. She could be lying. Maybe there's nothing in your heart.
Hearing all this, can I roll a sense motive?
You can try, but you might want to roll a sense motive on your GM and see how much, one, he likes to monologue, and two, hold someone captive while the big bad talks to you.
I'll start walking slowly, at least to the first 2 steps.
Mm-hmm. So are you gonna? If you continue walking up in that time, and it's 147, you can try and make that computer's check.
I will. All right, I'm going to try to hack this. That's 29.
Bingo, bango,
yes,
Django. There's a very powerful transponder on this. You detect that there is at least one module as well that is behind a firewall, but with that accessing the datapad at 29, at the very least, you can shut off the transmitter on the datapad, basically rendering it inert.
Okay, I will do that.
Okay. Rami, are you continuing on? I believe you would at least get within 5 feet of her, correct, Miles?
Yes, sure.
Excellent. Then I've got like 5 more seconds of monologuing here.
That's why you've gotten on me about saying no, so I'm giving you some yeses.
What else, Andis, do you want to do?
So with my wireless hack ability, in addition to remote hack, I'm going to remote hack into Wick and send a message to Rami saying, I'm in. You're not under her control anymore.
Go ahead and make that computer's check for me.
All right.
Another
29.
And Rami, I need you to make a sense motive for passing this secret message.
Oh, God. Wait, isn't it displayed on my eyes?
Nope, this is Wick. This is on your arm.
Oh.
All right, so she seems very perceptive and watching you climb up these stairs with almost lust in her eyes. She's like looking you up and down. Unfortunately, you don't see this message come up on Wick yet. So you move close enough to her. She hops down, and she, as she moves down, she almost drops the data pad and says, "Oh, I had better not drop this, or this conversation will be decidedly short. Come closer, Rami. I have more secrets to tell you. When you left Verces, I had to get creative, Rami. I found a new spy, unwilling as she was to report your movements. She was a sweet little thing, fought hard when my tech specialist broke her mind." What was her name again? Zira moves behind you, Rami, with a lightning fast backflip right over your head, gets close to the rest of the party, and she quickly slips a hand into your helmet's visor, and you feel her cold, dead flesh stroking your cheek. Rami, your heart begins to skip beats. It's that same feeling you had back in the Splatterdome as these icy tendrils begin to spread throughout your chest. Breathing becomes short, and she turns your helmet around, and you can see in her mouth a wide smile of sharpened teeth. Behind it, a dark green wispy gasp seeping out between her smile. Oh yes, Leanna, was it not?
You don't get to say that name.
She was mine to do with as I pleased. I tried to get her to return you home to Verces, but she failed me. I guess she wasn't as good a kisser as I thought. I ask you, Rami, did she ever kiss you like this? I need Rami to make a perception check for me.
I literally thought you were going to say will save.
What do you roll? If you can't guess from the celebration horns.
Natural 20, so a 30.
Right. So at this point, you see down on your display Wick, just like exclamation points, and he pops into your ear. Wick breaks into your comm unit in your ear and relays Andis's message. I need everyone to make an initiative roll right now. Oh my God! Alrighty. So we have rolled initiative. We are doing a very quick surprise round just between Ziravesh and Rami Quindar. As she moves in, she's trying to put her face in your mask and at the same time grapple you. she reach out with a claw, this like long wicked nails, and tries and cut through your armor. What is your KAC?
My KAC, 22.
Rolled an 8 on the dice. In order to grapple, she would need a 26. She does not, but she does hit you, ripping through your armor. Let me roll this damage. Alrighty. 10 points of damage as her claw sinks into your flesh. She's trying to pull you closer towards her. You're able to get out of her grasp, and you may make a move or a standard action, Miles.
Oh, one or the other?
In the surprise round, yes.
All right, then I'm taking guarded, or do I need to take it? Will I provoke an attack of opportunity if I start booking it?
You will, because she's already gone in the...
Okay, can I take a guarded step back then?
Unfortunately, you can't, because these steps, as I said in the previous episode, are difficult terrain.
All right, so Rami's going to cast Jolting Surge.
There it is.
Oh yeah, okay. So, make that EAC attack roll.
Nice on the die.
What'd you get?
22.
Against EAC, that is a hit. So she goes in to grab you, and she ends up getting a little shocked herself here. How much damage?
18 points of damage.
Okay. So you see this magical electricity just arc throughout her entire body, and she starts shaking violently and says, "How dare you!" And a thumb goes to the data pad and starts like tapping in a command, and she looks up, looks back down and says, "No, what is happening? I ran diagnostic on this 2 days ago. This can't be."
Yeah, but you didn't count on my friends. And with that, he gives her the finger.
Andis also gives her the finger.
Guys, we're in normal turn order for turn 1 of combat here. At the top of the stairs, Rami, you just spy. There's a bone trooper, like a corpse folk kind of figure in armor, and roll them into our initiative now. All right. Oh, did very well on that initiative. I've rolled a 20 there.
God.
That could have been my attack. I've wasted that one. As her way to stop your heart has failed, and I was indeed going to kill you, so it's probably good that you hacked into that data pad. I was hoping you'd do that or like knock it out of her hand.
Oh, I would have rage quit this podcast so hard.
You don't want to be a part of the entire episode? Right, so stymied, she says, "Kill them all." Up at the top of the stairs, you see this bone trooper begin to weave a magic spell.
Oh, that guy's awesome.
This is what they look like here. In addition to that, several other bony armored troops pop out of the walls. These bone and skeleton covered walls do.
Of course they do.
Where they were hiding. Yeah. Alrighty, so 5 more bone troopers just pop out of the walls. They seem to be drawing pistols that are glowing. They're humming with energy right now. They begin to take some shots at you all. Just go ahead and give one to everybody here. So, Edros, your KAC.
23.
All right, so this one goes to attack Edros. This one here in the south. With what looks like just a regular semi-auto pistol. I've rolled a 17, and that is a hit. Wow.
Oh, okay.
That's not the semi-auto pistol I have. I want that thing.
That is 25 points of damage as you're hit with a jacketed round, but you feel it burn magically and make a very large hole in your abdomen. Scales blasting out the backside of your armor.
What type of damage?
That is indeed still, I believe, just kinetic damage.
All right, and you said 25?
Yes.
Cool. I'm really happy my DR is applying here, but I'm not negating that much damage, so.
Let's shoot one at Andis. I've missed Andis. The bullet hitting the rocks that make up the acid pool. You see like a leak of green liquid come out where these rocks were battered by this bullet. We're going to send one towards Knack Feldspar. I think this is a miss. What's your KAC?
21.
Yep, missed there.
Yes.
One versus a Rami.
And your KAC. About right.
22.
All right, another miss. And Valis, one towards you.
Come on.
18 on the dice, so that one's going to hit. Thank goodness. A lot less damage, though. 16 points of kinetic damage. And this one up here at the top is weaving a magical spell. And 3 force bolts of energy pool around her head and come flying down in your guys' direction. Let's see here. That is going to be... Oh, hey. It's feeling maybe a little left out. Knack Feldspar taking a magic missile to the chest. Let's see here. That is 13 points of damage.
This is going to be a hard fight.
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah, maybe I didn't mention that. This is the climax of Book 3 we're in, everybody.
What?
Oh, next in the turn order, Edros Veronis.
Okay, so all my weapons are on the ground.
Yeah,
boy.
I don't know if she said throw every weapon you had, but...
She said drop your weapons. Yeah, she didn't say, like, drop the weapons I can see.
Yeah, she didn't necessarily say, snap your fingers if you have any stored weapons inside your gloves. But, she did say your weapons, so might as well.
This is Rami's life. He's not going to mess around and try and hide stuff. Okay, I gotta pick up something. I'm gonna pick up the Flame Doshko, and so that's one move action. You know what? I guess my first move, standard action. I'm gonna charge at this guy right here and attack him.
All right, charging at the wall of bones this guy's just popped out of.
Yeah, and I don't take the minuses to the attack roll. Pop. Oh, that was close. Rolled a 2 on the die. So probably a miss. 14 to EAC.
That is a hit.
Yes!
Ooh, and does that say max damage? I believe it does. 21 points of fire damage.
Nice. So that is your turn, correct?
Correct.
Next in the turn order is Andis 147.
Andis is going to quick draw their baton and jump jet sort of like over this pit of acid and behind Zira.
And the jump jet is 30 feet?
30 feet, yes.
All right, so you're actually going up as well there. You might be able to get, even with her. But...
Okay, that sounds fair.
Yeah.
So I'll get right there, and I'm going to take a whack with ye old baton. That's an 18 to hit.
That is a miss.
Okay.
Miss KC. She is very nimble. She's dedicating a lot of her attention to Rami, but she sees you jumping up these steps. She looks very angry at you as well. Next in the turn order, Knack Feldspar.
So Knack is going to move just a few paces to the east. He's going to quick draw his Corona laser pistol from a cheek pouch and get him while he fires, but he's going to spend an RP to have get him hit every enemy in 60 feet. So every enemy on the board right now has get him applied to them.
Ooh, boy. That's 60 feet of you. That is indeed everyone, right?
Yes. I actually have a question about this that was raised on our Starfinder Cosmic Crit Discord the other day, because I had forgotten that you could add an RP to increase damage rolls done to all enemies. Is that something that I could roll into this RP, or is that something I'd have to spend a separate RP for?
Oh, no. That's when you spend the RP. You get everybody, and there's a bonus, so it's +2 bonus damage.
So there's +2 bonus damage in addition to +2 to hit on every enemy for the rest of this turn. So cool. Enjoy that, everybody, and make sure you guys calculate that in. But I'm going to actually attack the one that Adros is attacking, just so we can try to take these guys down a little faster. So I'm going to shoot my Corona laser pistol. That is a 15 to hit.
That is a hit.
For 9 damage.
Alrighty. And, not looking too good. This one that Adros hit, you've hit. Not looking too good at all. Let's see. That was your Corona laser pistol? Yep. Taking all that damage. And that brings us back to Zira Vesh. Her turn. She, after this jolting surge and seeing Andis jump up, she's going to do a little retreat herself.
Does that provoke an attack of opportunity from me?
You don't have a melee weapon, so no, but it will from Andis 147, I believe. You see her like crouch down, and you can make that attack of opportunity, Andis.
Okay. That's a 20 to hit. 22.
It is indeed a 22. That is a hit against KAC.
Yes.
All right. It's going to be low, but it is 8 points of damage.
Right. So you batter into her with your baton. It seems to bounce right off, though. There seems to be some kind of magical barrier preventing the damage from getting through.
Oh, it's almost like damage doesn't count unless you have a magical weapon.
It's almost like she is a highly magical creature. And she leaps back through the air, doing another kind of like somersault backwards, hopping like 30 feet in the air, moves 20 feet back up the steps. And she has this sniper rifle that I'm sure she is itching to use. Let's go ahead and do that. She takes a quick aim with her gun and shoots at Andis 147. Ooh,
So
maybe thrown off a little bit by that baton bouncing off her armor. That is a miss. I've rolled a 2 on the dice. Okay, and that is her turn, bringing us to Rami Quindar.
All right. I quickly see that my teammates need a little help. And as much as I want to kill Ziravesh, I cast Magic Missile at the Bone Trooper that Edris was attacking.
Alrighty, 3d4.
All right, so 5, 3 is 8. That's 10 points damage plus 2, 12 points of damage.
All three of them batter that thing. You see an ulna break, the skull cave in, and the rib cage explode, and it is dead.
Yes.
One down. And that brings us to Alindra Bellis, aka Rebecca.
I'll move up to this spellcaster guy and try to hit him.
Already.
It's a 15.
17.
That is a 17. That is a hit against KAC.
Awesome. So that's 21 damage.
23 damage.
Everyone add that 2 in. Okay. 2. This one has not been hit before, but you come in, shatter one of its leg bones. It's not looking too good. And that is the end of turn 1, bringing us to turn number 2. Back on these bone troopers. They've got a couple that are unharried. This one in front of Alindra pulls out a sword and tries to slash back at her. Your KAC. Alindra.
23.
Okay, and I have rolled 12 on the dice. They are not as good with these dueling swords, so that is a miss. Got a couple more here. They're going to start doing some attacks.
Please miss. Please miss.
Unfortunately, these attacks do not miss because they begin all summoning magic missiles. One to Nakfeldspar.
Again?
Yep, 12 points of damage. One to Edros 12 points of damage. I've rolled the exact same dice. I mean, I know it's not like crazy.
That's amazing.
Yeah, one to Rami Quindar for 14 points of damage. And one to Andis for 10 points of damage. And that is their turn. Now we're on to Edros Veronis.
It is Edros' turn. Unfortunately, all the bad guys are now on the difficult terrain. And difficult terrain takes up twice the amount of movement.
So just to be clear, there are 2 to your south. There's a couple on the stairs, and there's one at the very top.
I did not see these guys on the south because I didn't scroll. Bad. Bad, Tyler. I guess I should go take care of those guys. Let's see here. Well, I could really go at any of them. So why not make another charge? I'm just charging back and forth across the battlefield. Ha-ha! And we'll make another attack with the Flame Dashka.
That is a hit. 24.
Awesome.
Ooh, 26.
Yeah. 26 and 16 points of damage. Rolled a natural 1 on damage.
Okay, not doing great. Very unhappy with you. We might get a couple attacks on Drouse next turn. Andis 147, back to you.
So Andis did not drop every weapon they had. Andis was still hanging on to a plasma cannon that they owned. And so Andis will take a 5-foot step forward
from K9204.
That's the one.
Uh-oh.
So Andis is going to take a shot with a plasma rifle. It's a line weapon with 40 feet of range.
Oh, snap.
So you're looking to aim up the stairs and pick off
up the stairs at both Zira and the bone caster directly behind her.
Now, for this one, do you make an attack against each of them?
No, just one attack, and we see if it hits, and both rolls resolve against both of them. So that's going to be a 21 to hit.
Against EAC, correct?
Correct.
Plasma is both electricity and flame damage.
That is a hit.
Yes!
Against both of them?
Yes.
Yes! Oh, yes! Yes.
All right, so I do 14 points of damage to both enemies.
Yes!
Ooh, nicely done,
awesome.
Andis.
Wow. Right, yeah, so it opens up a hole in Ziravesh's leg, very sprightly jumping legs, and goes all the way up and, just cuts the arm off of this bone trooper up here at the top.
So much for casting for him.
Yeah. So much for bludgeoning damage resistance. You jerk.
Actually, it is now Knack Feldspar's turn.
All right, so Knack bought a jetpack a couple of games ago, and I want to use that to jump slightly to the northeast, right up here under this rock just south of Rami.
Ah, yes, right on the edge of the giant pit of acid. No problems there. Got it.
I'm assuming I can die immediately when that happens. And I am actually going to take aim at Ziravesh with my Corona Laser Pistol and once again get him. And I'm going to spend another RP to add +2 to everybody and for damage and attacks. So let's see how this goes. So that is a 21 to hit.
That is a hit in CAC.
For 13 damage, which is, I think, the highest damage Knack has ever rolled.
Yeah. That's so good.
Awesome. Alrighty. That is Knack's turn, and we're back to Ziravesh. Indeed. She's going to get into the scrum again. She's going to jump backwards. She's going to make another sniper attack here. This time taking aim at the one that just shot her, Knack Sizrak.
Pronking pronk. Pronking pronk.
An 18 on the dice. In addition to that, she is going to make a trick attack.
Oh, no.
Oh, I've rolled a 2 on the trick attack, so that is indeed going to be a failure. So no extra nasty tricks, just the regular damage here. 8 on these dice. So 16 points of damage. The bullet looks like she was aiming for your leg, but just hit you right in the hip. And that is going to be her entire turn. Why don't you three here on the stairs that are kind of looking in her direction, give me a perception check, Rami and Knack.
Say 28 for Knack.
16 for Rami.
So Knack, you are able to see, she got hit with this massive beam weapon opening up her armor. You can see the wounds start to stitch themselves up, though.
For real?
For real, boss fight, end of book 3. Welcome to the party, everybody.
Oh my gosh.
That means we should probably be focusing fire on her, right? And as much as we want to crush these dudes.
We got some other problems here. Bringing us, Miles, what do you want Rami to do?
Rami's going to attack the bone soldier that Alindra was attacking to hopefully free her up, because she did a massive amount of damage to him with magic missile. Doing 17, 15 points of damage.
15 points of damage is the exact amount to drop this one.
Whoo!
It's dead. 2 over here on the north side, where most of you guys are already dead, bringing us to Alindra's turn.
Awesome. So that certainly frees me up. Thank you, Rami. Can I stellar rush at this guy to the diagonal of me?
So still on the stairs, there's nobody in your way right now, so...
Exactly why I did that.
Yes.
Awesome. So I'm going to do that and go right up to this guy, and I'll attempt a bull rush on him.
Yes.
Oh, boy.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's a 31.
Jeez. Yeah, I'd say he's pushed around.
We needed a 19, so yep, pushed back. And I believe if you beat the DC by every 5 you beat it by, is that correct? Do they get pushed back more?
Oh, I don't know.
Am I remembering this correctly?
I'm not sure I've ever succeeded this much.
This is a 32 to hit with get 'em.
You knock the target back 5 feet plus 5 additional feet for every 5 by which the result of your attack roll exceeds the target KAC plus 8.
Man, I'm so good at remembering rules in this stupid game.
If an obstacle is in the way, the target stops at the obstacle.
You've exceeded it by 10, so in addition to the 5 feet, it's actually getting pushed back 15 feet all the way up the stairs, and I'm going to say with that, knocked prone.
Yes!
Very simply.
I was gonna say, do I trip him on the stairs? Like,
Oh man, I
Yeah,
hope
but-
she pushed him off the stairs.
No, not in that direction, but 17 points of damage.
Yep.
First damage it's taken. Yeah, just pretty gangly skeleton here. And tripping up on these giant, I think I described them as tombstone-sized slabs. And that is the end of turn 2, and we're back on their turn. This one is indeed going to stand up and cast another spell. The one at the top of the stairs seems to be casting a spell. And let's see. We've got 2 that are down here with Edros.
I got it.
One of them is going to pull out one of these swords, these tactical dueling swords, make an attack against you. They miss pretty handily. The other one is going to try another magic missile. Okay. Oh, very close to minimum damage. 9 points of damage. And that is their turn, bringing us to Edros Faranis.
All right. Well, I'm gonna do a full attack here. Full attack.
Full attack.
Yeah,
First
that's
one
a hit.
Is a hit. 18
points of damage.
20 points.
20.
Or 20 points. Yep.
Dead.
I love get him.
All right. I'm already doing the full attack, so I'm gonna hack at the body.
Yeah. It's super dead.
Super dead.
And that brings us to Andis 147.
I'm going to study the gentle ghoul that I hit with the secondary ghoul that I hit with my plasma cannon.
Right, so this bone trooper at the top of the steps.
Yes. I'm going to target that one and then take a shot with my plasma rifle.
As you target in on her, your exocortex bringing up all this like information on them, you do notice that it is wearing 5th Squadron patches on their arms.
5th Squadron. What does that mean?
That's the Eoxian naval unit that Gretel and Harven were in.
Interesting. I still shoot.
Okay, attack roll.
14 to hit.
16 to hit.
16 to hit.
This episode is going to be called +2 to hit. That is a hit.
Yes!
Oh, that's max damage, baby. Baby. It's 18 points of damage.
Oh, it's not enough to drop her, but ooh boy, is she hurt. She seems to have cast something on her pistol, and she keeps the other arm, but you put another hole through this bone trooper's chest. And that brings us to Knack Feldspar's turn.
All right. Knack this time is going to stay exactly where he is. He's going to point his Corona laser pistol at that same orange dotted bone trooper that Andis was just checking out. And get him! And a Corona laser pistol shot. And once again, I'm going to spend another RP. It's a boss fight. I feel like we got to do that. So that is going to be a 21 to hit.
That is a hit. They have very low armor class.
For 11 damage.
And it is dead.
Yes!
Ooh, nice. I get to use that spell. I don't get to use that spell at all. Okay.
Knack got a kill.
Hey, it's not the first time, but it won't be the last.
All right, more than half of these bone troopers are down. Zira Vesh may be feeling a little outnumbered now. Ooh, boy, she's gotta rely on this amazing sniper rifle she has. Let's see who she is going to hit. Andis 147. Just hit her with that massive beam the turn before. What is your KAC?
My KAC is 22.
Oh, I've rolled so low. But I think that might be a hit if I am able to get this trick attack off. Come on. I've rolled a 3. That's yes! Pretty sure. Let me double check on her skills. I cannot roll operatives very well at all. Yeah, no, wow. I think I needed a 5? No, 6 in order to get the trick attack off. So a 4 plus your sniper rifle. Your KAC 22?
Correct.
Yeah, missed it by 2. The sniper bullet whizzes by your head, shattering bones in the wall behind you. And she's going to move. Where's she moving?
You better move. Yeah, you and your goofy, difficult terrain.
You think just because you're on the cover of the book, you're some kind of bad pronker?
Kind of think she is, yeah.
Well, now she's stuck in,
well, I never judge a book by its cover.
She hunkers down behind her bone trooper, and we're on to Rami Quindar.
All right, so Rami's going to move a little bit further up the stairs.
All right, so this is difficult terrain, so each square is going to be like 10 feet of movement, basically.
That's fine. I'm only trying to move like right here.
Right, so that's 15 feet away, so that's a move action.
And then I'm going to cast Caustic Conversion at Ziravesh.
Yes.
That is a 18, a 20, right? Look at him.
Yes.
That is a hit.
Yes.
Right.
You guys are nailing these just on the cusp of being hits, and would be misses if not for get 'em.
Yes.
18s, 19s.
So that's 13 points of damage, and on her next turn, she takes 5 additional points of acid damage.
Yes.
Okay, yeah, pretty important. We haven't done it yet, but I imagine while we have time now, maybe you should give me a mysticism check, see what you know about what she is.
27.
That is going to beat the DC to identify her. Let's see. By more than 5. So you can recall a couple of useful pieces of information. You know that Zira, from your talk with the Forgotten One, is some kind of vampire. Upon looking her over, you can tell she is a Jiangshi vampire, a sect that practices ancient macabre rites from old Galarion. They are known as hopping vampires, are said to suck the soul out of their prey, feeding upon their chi. What would you like to know? You can get a couple pieces of pertinent information about the vampires.
Weaknesses.
Right. Jiangshi indeed have a special weakness, unlike maybe your Bram Stoker Dracula style vampires. They're an Eastern nation kind of inspired vampire. The Jiangshi are held at bay by cooked rice, mirrors, and ringing a handbell. They are in the same way that they can't enter your house without being invited in, the Western vampires, and are held at bay by garlic and a cross. Jiangshi are weak to cooked rice, mirrors, and the ringing of a handbell. Pretty cool enemy.
It's a good thing Knack has this handbell he keeps in his cheek pouch the whole time.
Spits out an assortment.
Well, I was going to say, it's a shame that Adras is so far away because he's the only one with a grooming kit, to my knowledge.
Oh, that's right. He's got the grooming kit.
He's got a mirror in there.
Right.
I do.
Although Neck did eat that whole choir of like choral bells.
Rami, you have one more piece of information that you can ask. What would you like to know?
What sort of trick attacks she has, I guess.
Right. So you know that their special abilities, I think maybe the most pertinent one is Drain Chi. When they succeed at a grapple combat maneuver, they can drain the chi of their prey, the life energy, drinking of the victim's breath. It is a fortitude save, or the victim gains a negative level and is staggered for 1d4 rounds.
Holy moly.
Wow.
Why I was trying to start the combat with that. And
dang,
that is your turn. As you hit her, you also notice, now that you've gotten a couple hits on Zira, yeah, these wounds stitching up on her. It seems like your magic is getting through, but not a whole lot else seems to be taking effect. All right, so that brings us to Alindra Vallis.
All right, guess what time it is, guys? I'm going to move right up next to Zira and use Supernova. 23 damage.
25?
Oh boy.
Yeah, does it count as 25?
I'll allow it. Let's make some reflex saves for this one. Okay, well, my ridiculous Bone Trooper has actually... What's the DC on it?
It would be 17.
This Bone Trooper has made it, so half damage is 11. It's still up. It gets blasted back after you've knocked it up the stairs 15 feet, taking more damage.
Hold on. Half of 25 is 11?
Oh, no. 25, that's 12. 12 points of damage to this one after you blasted it back. Its back hits the wall of bones behind it, and Diravesh, a reflex save for her. She is also good. So 12 points of damage. That's okay. And turn 4, we still do have a couple of bone troopers. Oh boy, this one is in a bad way right next to Alindra. I think she has to. She is going to provoke and move down these stairs. Alindra, you can make an attack of opportunity.
Will do.
Oh, you've done so much damage to this one.
That's
no.
20, I guess at 30?
I don't know why I did that. You're just gonna either provoke by shooting or casting magic missile. Yeah, you hit her 3 turns in a row.
Awesome.
This bone trooper on the stairs. I think you did all this damage almost. She is dead before she's able to draw that pistol again, infused with energy, and smack you again with it. And we just got this one that is down here with Adros. They're going to shoot with that gun. Alrighty, and I think that is a miss against your KAC. It's 21, Adros.
That is indeed a miss.
Alrighty, then that brings us to your turn, Tyler.
All right. I don't think this bone trooper is going to have much life left in it. I'm going to close the distance and take a single swing. And that's going to be a 17.
That's a hit. Yes!
That's going to be 23 points of damage.
Yeah, that's why if I roll any ones with these guys, they're not getting the card. They're not worth it. They're going down fast.
Yeah, they're really not.
23 points of damage. Okay, yeah, that one's bloodied. You've like smashed half the bones in its body with your Doshko. Bring in a Sandus 147.
And this is going to target Zira and fire a plasma rifle her way.
Excellent.
Oh, yeah! That's a natural 20!
Bingo, bango. Now.
Hang on a second.
I was about to say, this is a new gun for you. I don't think you had used it yet.
Do you
know what its critical is?
It's severe.
It's a burn 1d4. So not as exciting, but still pretty great.
Still pretty exciting because undead are not immune to burn damage.
Right. So that's going to be
burn. They are immune to a lot of stuff, not burn.
So that's going to be 19 points of damage plus 1 burn.
I was going to say, if you rolled high on that, you might actually help negate some of that healing she has. But
That's not what I'm going to do here. See, my strategy is to roll low, and then I lull her into a false sense of security so that Alindra can strike the killing blow.
Next in the turn order is Feldspar.
All right, so speaking of, I am going to start saving RP because we only have 2 things left on the board. I'm just going to shoot with my Corona laser pistol and get him the good old-fashioned way. And that is going to be a 13 to hit.
That is a miss.
Dang it.
Finally, you guys missed against her for a turn. Oh, boy. Yeah. So you see some of these wounds stitch up on her, Alindra, right next to you. You may make an attack of opportunity because she is jumping away from you.
All right. That's a 30.
That is
32.
Oh, and remember she's got caustic conversion, so she takes 5 acid damage as well.
Oh, yeah. Ready? So how much damage is that, Alindra?
That's 7.
It's 16.
Did I get him too?
Get him is only on the attack roll right now.
Oh, okay, so 17 damage.
Alrighty, so you slash at her as she jumps away. She jumps down the stairs. She's going to make another jump right down the stairs in between Andis 147 and Nax Sizrak, a.k.a. Mac Feldspar. That is her entire turn. Double moves, hopping down the stairs again right next to this person that nearly blew her arm off with that critical hit. And it's Rami's turn.
All right. I have a question.
Mm-hmm.
I have a spell for cast holographic image. Can I create a mirror out of that?
You know what? I think you can. Yeah.
All right. So
right. I just like make
I can make anything I want.
Something
correct?
that reflects back. I will say, I think there might have to be a skill check involved here. So holding someone at bay, one of these Jingqi vampires, they do get a will save.
Especially since they don't have reflections.
Well, no, it's still it's like they see the mirror and they're like, oh, I can't see myself, and they freak out.
They have an existential crisis.
You can cast that, and to hold them at bay, they have to stay at least 5 feet away from the object of its revulsion. They cannot touch or make attacks against said creature brandishing such an object, and it is a standard action to do this. I'm going to say that'll be part of casting it.
Okay.
So do you want to move closer to her?
Right. Yeah. So that's within the range.
Yeah, you want to get right up on her if you want to hold her at bay.
All right.
But you can cast it and move in. Now, I get a will save against this. It's not great. Not a great will. So DC 20. Gotta roll an 11. All right, so I've done it. Oh, thank goodness. 15 on the dice.
That was still a great idea.
Oh, but that only works for next round. As she looks at it, yeah, she has to move backwards. She kind of like stumbles back some of these stairs, and she's still further away from you now. So, my whole plan was to stop you from shooting. That is going to bring us to Alindra Vallis.
I'm really far away now, so...
She hopped about 40 feet down these stairs.
Yeah. All right, I'm gonna move to the wall. And I'll just jump to where I am now, next to the wall, and use my sonic pistol and see how that goes. That's an 18, right? 20 to attack.
20 to attack.
Man, so many 18s. That is a hit.
Awesome. For 4 damage, 5 damage.
Okay. Yeah, that doesn't seem to have much effect at all on her. She brushes it off just like a couple shots from Andis. Brushed off some of that damage. His baton, but it seems like she's taken the full amount from the magical attacks of Rami. Oh boy, I think that takes us to turn number 5. Oh, I still have one poor little bone trooper who is going to, I think, just make a guarded step and try and shoot you again. Better with this gun. I don't think I'll ever hit anything in the history of ever with their swords. Yay, 18 on the dice.
Mm-hmm. That'll do it.
8 points of damage as a jacketed bullet rips through your shin, finally getting a hit off that wasn't guaranteed damage. And that brings us back to Tyler.
All right. I'm almost out of stamina, guys. But I'm going to close the distance and try and finish this guy off. Yeah, that's a hit.
25,
and,
27. That's
minimum damage again. So 14 points of flame damage.
That is enough to kill it. All the bone troopers are dead. Yeah, they did indeed have damage reduction. Doesn't matter if you're throwing flame doshkos at them. And that is your turn, Andis 147.
Mm-hmm. All right, I'm going to take a shot at Zira.
So she's not standing next to you anymore. Oh, no. That's a 29 to hit.
Yes.
Oh, it's a hit. Yes.
Is this person get-emmed?
Yes.
But not full.
All right, but not +2 damage, just to 29 to hit.
Got it. So 14 damage to Zira.
Right, so you see this hole open up in her shoulder. It doesn't seem to be as effective as the magical attacks, but she's taking some damage here and not doing great. Okay, and Mac Feldspar, you are right next to Zira. You got her all to yourself.
Does she have a melee weapon drawn?
She's under my spell.
So
that's right.
Yeah, no, she can attack other people. She cannot attack Rami, but you saw her dig her claws into him earlier in the fight, so she is always armed.
I'm just trying to figure out how to guarded step away, and I don't think I can. But so
you're right there on the edge of the acid pool.
Yeah, I think you just got to run away.
It was too tantalizing of a target for me not to go to. I was like, I want someone to fall into acid multiple times this season.
Okay, I am going to jetpack because I can.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Right here.
Feet. You can, so this will provoke. She is going to try and grasp out at you with her one free hand here. Oh, very, very close. A 3. So yes. That is a miss. Against that KAC. Now, what do you want to do?
I want to get him Corona Laser Pistol. So that is a 17 to hit.
Finally, another miss. Okay, a miss against her. Oh, it's her turn. Yeah, she sees a couple of targets she can get to. I think it's gotta fulfill that sweet kiss. Yeah, so she had made her willpower save against Rami. She sees through your mirage of a mirror and will step forward up the steps, or hop forward, I should say, right next to you. And she whispers as she draws in close to you, Rami, I will kill you no matter what. You will pay for crossing me. Do you hear? And she's going to try and grasp at you with her claw. 19 on the dice. No. Finally, that hit that I needed. So let me roll that d6. Oh, so 11 points of damage as she digs in, and you are grappled, which means she pulls you in close. Her maw of filed teeth come into yours, and this green fog like rolls out of her mouth, and you feel it kind of tugging at something in the back of your throat. I need you to make a fortitude save, right? Drain chi.
I'm using my coat.
Oh boy, you failed this
is.
roll. Need to re-roll that. Definitely.
Please.
No! Oh no! Worse the second time. Right, so she begins to draw your soul out, sucking the very life force from your body, and you can feel yourself getting less powerful. You gain a negative level, which I don't think has happened here on the show before.
Wow.
And you are staggered for 3 rounds.
Oh no.
Staggered. Is a rough affliction.
I'm also out of SP.
Boy. So
Well, yeah, you lose some of your SP from the negative level, and you lose some HP from the negative level. It sucks.
Alrighty, so that is her turn. It is your turn now, Rami. You are grappled. She's got her claws like into the lower meat of your back. What do you want to do?
What can I do if I'm grappled?
You can try and break it. You can also try. I don't know if you have any melee weapons.
Okay, I'm just gonna try to break it then.
All right, so breaking the grapple.
Is it just a regular D20 or is that
What is your acrobatics, Rami?
+4, I think.
Break it. Why don't you go ahead and give me the acrobatics check?
We'll take a -2 to this.
It's 19.
On the dice? No, on the bonus. Okay, so to escape 10 plus the kinetic armor class for this person, that is not enough to escape you. She is still locking you in. Alice, we're back to you.
All right, I'm going to use gravity boost to spider climb against the wall and avoid the difficult terrain, and also get on the opposite side of this person so that I'm not blocking anyone's shot.
Gotcha.
So I'm going to move just to the northwest of her and use my solar weapon. That's a 26 to attack.
Oh boy, that's a hit.
Yes.
Awesome. So that's 16 damage.
Okay. Yeah, cutting into her, it doesn't seem to do as much damage as well. And you're not like cutting off body parts on her. She's soaking up a good deal of it. You see the magical readout across her eyes, like scrolling faster. She definitely has some kind of preternatural damage reduction here. She is still, though, not looking good. You guys have put a lot of damage on her. And that brings us to turn number 5. Got no more bone troopers. Edros Veronis, it is your turn.
I'm really excited, guys. I'm going to move into position. I'm moving back towards the steps and into a direct line with this evil vampiric creature. And I'm going to charge right into it.
Take out your mirror.
I do not know anything about the mirror, unfortunately, so just charging in.
Rami yells it at you.
That makes no sense. What are you talking about?
And so he's gonna swing with the flame dash. Boom. That's gonna be a 25.
That is a hit.
Yes. 19 points of fire damage.
We are surrounding her. Good amount of damage from that hit. Still up. Andis 147.
Andis is going to step back, attempting to provoke if she would like to attack.
I don't believe she has used this. So she is indeed going to drop the grapple, try to reach out for you. She doesn't want you to get away. She doesn't want anyone to get away. Oh, but I've rolled a 5 on the dice. What's your KAC?
It's 22 when I'm moving away. Or sorry, 26 when I'm moving away.
That is a miss.
All right.
Yeah.
Then I'm gonna step back and
Sorry, bud.
I'm sorry, Idris. I'm gonna shoot
Sorry,
Vera
buddy.
and Idris. It's gonna be a big old lizard and undead.
Please just don't crit on this
party. Oh gosh. I hope not.
Don't.
I'm trying not to. Oh.
It's okay. Just high enough.
Oh, it's just high enough. That's going to be a 25 to hit.
27.
Hit.
Yep, that's going to be a 25 to hit and 11 damage.
All right, yeah. She seems to soak up most of that. Is that also hit, Edros? Yeah.
Oh, yeah. And so now the question here is, plasma is electricity and flame. I get damage reduction 5 to the flame part, but not the electric part, so...
Yeah, you get
so
it's like a half and a half.
Yeah, so if it's 11, half is flame and half is the electricity.
Yeah.
Okay. So we're going to say the electricity is the majority. We'll say electricity 6, flame 5. So I negate the flame part. I take 6 damage.
I mean, basically. Right. Neck Feldspar.
All right, I am going to cheek pouch swap for my disintegrator pistol and get him. And we're so close to what I perceive as the end of this fight. I am going to use an RP for this as well.
Woohoo!
For that damage. Here we go, and this is a 15 to hit.
That's gonna be a miss. Sorry. Sorry. That brings us to her turn. Oh, you guys have given her another chance. Oh boy.
It was an 18 until Patrick blew on the die.
These are them GM abilities.
Okay, and I've realized she has like the best acrobatics of like any monster that I've used, so she's gonna tumble away from Alindra and Edros. Gonna make a acrobatics check, and I've got a plus 19 in acrobatics, so she moves right on through. So I need to make another couple.
Keep in mind that this is all difficult terrain.
Okay. Oh, okay. So she actually failed on her last acrobatics, moving away from Edros. Wow, I rolled a 2. I needed a 23. I got a 21. That means you may make an attack of opportunity, Edros.
I'm going to make it count. Air Goodman, coming at you.
Ooh.
That's a 32 to hit.
Goodness gracious.
Thanks to Knack, that's going to be 18 points of flame damage.
Oh, yeah. So,
suck it, LaFleur.
As you are striking her, you step up as she's like tumbling past you. I can't believe I didn't get another attack off. You feel your weapon begin to thrum with a magical energy. Somewhere in your mind, you hear a far-off voice that says, "Strike her down. The darkness will not win when the dawn flower lights your way." Everyone else, you see Edros' scales begin to glow, shedding a dim light upon his foe, and the metal objects on his weapon, his armor, begin to glow red hot. A small burst of flame escapes the corners of his eyes as they go white. He brings the flame Doshiko down, caving in Vera's shoulder, just like nearly cutting her head off, and it cuts deep through her. She has DR 10. Very hard fight because of that. She had 8 hit points left.
Yes.
So 18, that is enough just to drop her. She is dying. We are out of combat.
Yes!
Yay. Well done, team.
I need a nap.
Seren Ray rules.
So yeah, she's laying there, this brackish blood falling out of these multiple wounds that have stopped stitching themselves up. And she says, "You think you've won, Rami? I've played my hand to give my cohorts in the fleet days of time to get ahead of you. We won't need Quindar's scraps when the rightful heirs of Eox have at their disposal a stellar degenerator. The Pact Worlds will bow to us. Rami, you may kill me, but know that I take with me from this world all the love anyone has ever held for you."
Rami walks to her dying body and picks her up and throws her into the acid.
she falls in, maybe a renewed vigor, starts melting immediately and jumps out on the rocks right ahead of the acid, and the decayed dead flesh of her skin just sloughs off into a pool underneath her, leaving the armor very damaged, but right there next to the rocks, like a bony arm kind of like reaching out from it. And yes, she is very dead now, or very undead, I should say.
I bet she had at least one crit stick on her, though. Come on.
No.
You want to go next?
Everybody in the pool.
I can't believe no one fell in. I really should have just knocked some people.
I was really, really hoping with Olindra where she was, that she was going to bull rush.
That was my goal the entire fight. I was like, how can I position myself so that I can push her into the acid? But it was never possible.
Right. So she did back up the stairs, drop a data pad, the data pad that was ineffectually trying to kill Rami Quindar. As you guys are parsing over their gear, the bone troopers, what's left of Ziravesh's body, why don't you join up and see if we can't knock into this data pad? Right. Who wants to roll computers check?
Oh, well. 28.
All right. Well, I was going to say have some people aid you. That is what you needed to break into it, so you can cut through the firewall. It seems like there was some kind of countermeasure, but it doesn't matter. You've beaten the DC, and you can, as well as Andis, likely tell this is probably what was used to hack the Star Eater Spine data core. Behind that firewall, you find a module, a great deal of information, including what it seems was cut from the cultists' data core from Tahoman's secret transmission. And quickly uncoding it, you find a recent message that reads, "The cultist scum have already left K9204. They left behind some nasty surprises, but we managed to get the data. They are headed for an uncharted star system in the vast called Nigior. I can't stress enough how important the stellar degenerator is. Our sources on Absalom tell us it is the greatest scientific find since drift technology. The cultists are looking for something they call the key there, and believe it may be needed to start the superweapon. I am staying behind to slow down these starfinders and give you all some time. May your engines burn with the fire of the stars, Commander." It is signed, Ziravesh.
Oh, man, we got a lot of catching up to do.
Can we call Chixis for a bonus?
I think at the end of every book, you're just like, where is our combat pay? You keep getting in these combats.
I know we're saving the galaxy and all, but I'd like to not pay taxes ever again.
So it looks like we need to go. I mean, she told us exactly where we need to go because that's where they're headed. They've got a little bit of head start, so we should probably head back to the Drift Rider.
Agreed.
Yeah, that's what it sounds like.
But we should check in with the lovely Juanita Trucks and also make sure we report to Chiscus where we're going.
Sure, yeah, absolutely.
And hey, maybe we can get a little bonus from Juanita Trucks' greatest ally,
Kirvas Nor.
That's the one.
Right. So you all make it back to Orpheus unscathed, carrying all the gear you've collected from the Corpse Fleet's ambush, from Zarantha Mortrant's skin shack, and entering into the airlock. You go through a decontamination that just blasts your suits with dust and air, sanitizing and attempting to take off some radioactive dust from your suits. You're able to report this activity back to Juanita Trucks and send a message back to Chiscus, and she rewards you with a bonus from Ambassador Nor, a 5,000 credit bonus, and along with that, he sends a message back from Absalom Station. You see him at his slate gray desk cut from Eoxian stone. Standing behind him is a bone trooper. Looks like a corpse folk raised from an Elebrian. He says, "Greetings, Starfinders. Juanita has explained to me how helpful you were in securing Grital of the 5th Squad. I just wanted to personally thank you for your delicate touch on Eox. Relations between my people and the rest of the pack have been strained. Loyalties have been questioned. And the assumption is we lie to get what we want, us Eoxians. As ambassador, I seem to lie for a living, but you have earned my trust.
The shipment you returned to Absalom Station contained a Corpse Fleet member named Hebiza Escalar, standing here behind me. She is kin to me, and many years ago made the mistake of joining the Corpse Fleet. When she saw the error of her ways and defected, I arranged with the Hard Scrabble Collective to transport her here. Had you not retrieved her and broke pact law in the process, she would have been arrested and extradited back to Eox, where undeath would have awaited her as punishment. Starfinders, I want you to know that this office owes you one, and to cement that bond I have revealed this secret to you all. Juanita has put in some ship upgrades for you all, as I imagine you will be leaving Eox soon. Wherever your travels take you, I wish you good luck. The message ends and Juanita, little teary-eyed, says, I told you that man has an undead heart of solid gold. Are you guys ready to wrap up book 3?
Yeah. I suppose so.
That is the end of Splintered Worlds.
Man.
Yeah.
That took us all over the place. That was
snuck up on you.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I've got just a little wrap up. You all can return to the Drift Rider, and their upgrades are already underway. The goblins are literally biting the ankles of undead workers as the zombified labor is incredibly slow, and you're able to rest for the first time in a few days in your own cabins. Right, we have a little bit of catch up here. Andis, you need to spend some time in a medical facility. The Splatterdome one admits you, the one that treated your wounds after your battle royale, for your radiation poisoning.
Indeed.
Dropping you in overnight to decontaminate the workers there, tap a data pad feed into it's like a Bacta tank, and you have entertainment for the night. And in the morning, when you exit the tank, they've observed you overnight, and an undead doctor comes up and says,
Hello, Andis 147, is it not?
It is, yes.
May I ask, you have had a number of years within this shell, is that correct?
It is, yes.
Do you know just how many?
I don't, no.
As we were running tests on you, it seems we have found several traces of cellular degradation occurring, synaptic blockage. It seems to suggest to me and my colleagues that you might be a bit older than maybe even you think. Do you understand the problem that this then presents?
What sort of problem?
Well, as you know, you can inhabit these shells for many, many years, but while your body will remain the same, your soul's connection to the body can fade. Often androids may opt to leave before such problems occur in their autumnal stages, but I believe you're within those final stages now, and you might experience symptoms as they begin to manifest.
Such as what?
Things will go from fine to worse very quickly. Your vision might go. You could be struck with emotional feedback, the so-called synthetic rage, and eventually your body will fail. These symptoms seem to be accelerated the more you exert yourself fighting alongside the Starfinders. The candle burnt at both ends, as it were.
Mm-hmm.
I am sorry to be the one to deliver this information to you. I can provide a full readout of our analysis to your datapad for further readings.
That won't be necessary. Thank you.
Good luck to you in your travels.
And you, sir.
Rami, that night, before you all make ready to leave Eox, you get something stuck in your mind you cannot shake, keeps you up at night, and you find yourself walking down a wide avenue of Carpelspur Street, just right past the Ministry of Eternal Vigilance, back into that warehouse where you met the Forgotten One. The transport carrier remains, this black coffin-shaped device, but you see no trace of the House of Ashes bodyguards. They're nowhere to be seen. And as you step closer, that same voice calls out from within and says,
Why have you returned here? I told you that I was best to be forgotten.
I still have questions.
We all do, and in time they may come, but it is dangerous for you to be here still.
I don't have anything left to lose.
We all have much to lose for sins committed in the past and the present. I will atone for mine in time, but I cannot see you here. Please go.
Just answer me one question.
What?
Is Lyanna still alive?
Please leave. Do not say that name. It hurts to hear.
Is she still alive?
There's no answer, but make a perception check for me.
Okay. 26.
It is very faint, but you hear something beating the inside of the carrier, fists pummeling against the opaque glass.
I go towards the carrier.
The buttons on the side you're able to pretty easily key in, and it opens from the top. Inside reveals still young, though many months have passed since you have last seen her pointed ears, her flowing hair. A large white tuft now stains her disheveled hairdo. She wears an eye patch and a tattered space suit. She struggles to stand as she's exposed to the atmosphere, her legs weakened. She falls into an embrace with you. It is indeed Lyanna.
Oh, Rami, I can't believe you're here. You're alive. What has happened?
It's a long story. Come with me. I'll tell you everything.
I'm so sorry. That thing, Zira, she implanted something in me. She had complete control. Why am I not attacking you right now?
She's dead.
What?
My friends and I, we killed her.
She breaks down in tears and complete wreck, says,
I was like a prisoner in my own body until I put myself in this medical paralysis and shut down my entire nervous system.
It's okay.
Every time I tried to reach out to you, I worried that I would be giving her your location.
She can't hurt you anymore.
But it's over now? Then we can finally be happy, Rami. I've missed you. We can leave here. We can return to Verses if she's dead. You can see your parents.
I can't go back. Not just yet. There's something I've got to see through.
What? The Starfinders?
It's bigger than that.
But they will get you killed. This Ziravesh, she was only the tip of the iceberg. The corpse fleet is still out there waiting for you all. Just tell me you'll end this and come back home.
Oh, we'll end it all right. My friends and I, we've come up against much worse.
She embraces you again, and you feel those icy tendrils that were kind of clutched around your heart begin to melt as the heat of her body enters your own. And you stay like that for some time. She's holding on to you, and she says,
Rami, please, I ask you, promise me just one thing. When you are out there, don't fall in love with any other alien women.
Who, me?
She pulls you in close, kisses your cheek, and whispers closely in your ear. To be continued.
Oh my god.
No! I'm just kidding. She didn't say that. She actually said, congratulations on getting to level 7.
Yes!
Oh,
Yay!
Uh-oh.
Yes!
Uh-oh. At the end of book 3, you level up, you're getting some starship upgrades.
What?
Oh. Mm-hmm. Pretty emotionally draining episode for me.
Gosh.
Me as well.
I didn't know where we were going to go there. Whew. We will talk next week about you guys have some money to spend as you're getting paid from the Starfinders, you're getting paid from Gevalar Skanor. You've got some upgrades to do to your characters. And yeah, we will see what they look like at level 7 next week.
Oh my gosh.
Cannot wait. Yeah, baby.
And let's just wrap up this episode and fast forward in time 1 week so we can get to that. Thank you guys for playing with me.
Thank you, Patrick.
Thank you as always.
Whew. And say good night, everyone.
Good
Good night, everybody.
everybody.
Everyone.
Bye-bye.